Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today I got to give a huge shout out to Bad News Bears because this is actually his video. The link's going to be in the description. He's going to be linked. Go check out his content. Great jungler, great player, and he actually caught something that I missed and am barely catching up on. They actually leaked, Ometa leaked the roadmap early. So we're going to take a look at it. Hopefully they don't mind. I mean, that's kind of the nature of leaks, right? Whenever things go out early. Looks like they've already pulled it now. But Bad News Bears has covered this full video, and we're going to click through it. But I've actually screenshotted the part of the actual roadmap that we're going to take a look at now. And yeah, let's go into it and see what is all potentially coming for Season 2. So here we have it. I'm actually going to... Yeah, I'll move my camera here in a minute, but here's what we have here for the roadmap, and I'll flick my camera on and off. So with the top of it, we have Road to Ascension, which I'm not sure exactly what that's alluding to, but we have the roadmap for the hero releases, which April, of course, we just got Phase. In May, I love that they're telling us we're getting a new mid laner in May. June, we're getting a new off laner, which may also be a jungler. They don't necessarily have to specify that, but we're getting a new off laner. And then in July, we're getting another Ometa original hero. So it looks like that's kind of the trend. Like every 4 months or so, we'll get a new original, which I think is really cool. Also, that's a really big shield, it looks like. So I'm assuming that's going to be a tank hero, maybe something a jungler, maybe support, maybe off lane. Going to be really, really cool to see. So that's awesome. All right, let's take a look at the player level like rewards. Player level 10 will so player level 10 exclusive early access season 2 profile icon, 15 exclusive Ometa hero profile icon. So we don't know what that Ometa hero is just yet. Level 20 is going to be Ascension hero recolor. So is that, I don't know what that is. Is that the recolor skin of the new hero? Is that, because I'm assuming that the name Ascension has something to do with that hero, I guess. I don't know. Jump pad VFX, interesting. I don't know, like maybe there's going to be a bunch of different visual effects for jump pads. That could be a cosmetic they're planning. Ascension hero recolor. Yeah, I don't exactly know what that is. And recall VFX, really cool. So some cool potential things that they're going to add for cosmetics. Now we do have the planned features. I'm actually going to go ahead and disable my webcam so we can read through them. And it's part of this left side list of things we already got, or that we already know of. Competitive Night's going to be coming pretty soon. Replay system, that's out, and it's actually pretty cool. I've messed around with it a little bit. Going to do some cool stuff with that. Public API, we've seen that with Ometa City and Predecessor Pro. Tutorial version 1, which I think is always going to be really important. That's going to, you know, lower that barrier for entry for new players and hopefully get some knowledge out there. We can maybe cover that in a video here. Revamped loading screen, interesting. Dynamic ping system improvements. I'm really looking forward to that one. So I think that's going to be really awesome to potentially see. But now in the middle, ranked mode solo duo. Okay, so again, all of these things are things that they're planning for this time period. So we may not get this till the very end of July, or we may not get this at all. But a ranked mode solo duo, really, really interesting. I already love the fact that they committed to calling it solo duo. I think that's really, really important. So very excited about that. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like. I think that's going to be a big pull for the game. I do think that that'll probably bring people back. It'll hold retention a little bit better, and it's going to keep people's attention, and hopefully will go well. So we'll see. I don't think that we'll get it anytime soon. Probably June, July, if we get it at all in this this roadmap season, in this season 2 season. So hero acquisition, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but if I had to guess, I'm speculating that that might be where they start to implement. I'm just guessing here. I'm assuming this is going to be where they maybe start to implement like a free-to-play currency, where they start putting costs on heroes, or at least start planning for it. I could just be completely wrong. I really don't know what hero acquisition means, because, you know, up to Phase, we just get them for having bought the early access. So I don't exactly know when that cuts off. You know, is Phase the last hero that we get out of early access? I don't really remember, but that would be my assumption, that we're eventually going to get the full business model of the game that gives us some kind of like free-to-play currency for playing the game that then you can use to buy heroes. So new improved UI, we're going to see a little bit of that here in a little bit, but I'm excited about that. Scoreboard rework, same kind of thing. UI ability description improvements, bans and swaps in draft, which I think is perfect timing for like a ranked mode, which is really, really important, but also maybe even just the ability to swap in normal mode as well. So controller v2, that's great for controller players. Improved store, more skins and profile icons, gameplay tweaks and features. So this all looks and sounds really great. You know, gameplay tweaks and features, that just sounds like more quality of life, more you know, letting the game cook in the oven. But yeah, we have a new support, a new mid laner, new off laner, and then presumably what looks like a tank that could be jungle off lane, something like that, maybe support. And I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and click through the video. Again, big shout outs to B&B for catching this. I'm not actually going to watch his video, so if you want to go you know, kind of catch his coverage of it, you can take a look at that. So yeah, so it says, and I might just read over it even though my webcam's in the way. I don't think I have another webcam spot. Maybe up here. Cool. We'll go to that one. That's fine. So with season 1 now over, we're thrilled to share our vision and plans for season 2 of Early Access, starting with a first look at this season's roadmap. We all know you've waited eagerly for this, and we reckon it'll be worth the excitement. Your unwavering support and invaluable feedback throughout season 1 has been instrumental in shaping our vision for Predecessor. Put it simply, we wouldn't be here without you. Awesome. So essentially, they're going to kind of like go over some of what's in this. So brace yourself on the next leg of this incredible journey as we pave the road to ascension. Alex, the lead game designer. So and then obviously he's going to go ahead and take a look at this in the video, and then they have some like text written sections for some of their planned features that I kind of want to get to. So again, big shout outs to B&B. I mean, he caught this somehow. I went to look for it. It's already gone, of course, as they're not exactly ready to show it off, but you know, we got it early. So a new hero every month, continuing the trend. Season 1 will be releasing new heroes every month throughout season 2, starting with the community voted hero who made her Predecessor debut yesterday. So I'm assuming that this is going to be Kwong or Greystone, but it's not both because I don't think either one of them is considered a mid laner, but maybe they already have Kwong Greystone ready. So that's something that we'll have to pay attention to. So that's not all, though. At the end of season 2, we'll be introducing our next Ometa original hero. This mighty hero has an unbridled hunger for divine ascension that could lead them to unparalleled heights of glory and power, or leave them in ruin trying. That sounds really cool. To me, it sounds like they're going to have some verticality to the kit. Maybe I'm just reading into the words too much, but it sounds really cool. So regular balance passes. During season 1, we increased the cadence of our balance passes update to every 2 weeks, a pace that we intend to continue throughout season 2. As we discussed previously, one of our main season 2 balance goals is reducing the time to kill. We want to allow more opportunities to showcase your skills when it counts during team fights and mid to late game. Our next core update, V06.X, the final version number may change due to hotfixes, will continue this work. As always, we welcome your feedback to ensure that our vision, these changes, and ultimately the community experience, it all aligns. So still committing to that 2-week patching schedule, which I think is great. End of season rewards. It's important to note that at the start of season 2, we reset everyone's player level. We previously said, so we've already covered this. We don't really need to talk about it. You know, they're literally just going to relist what we've already kind of looked at. And some of this I want to just get like their thoughts on. Rewards from level 20 upwards are timed exclusive. This meant that they will be exclusive to the time of acquisition, but may be added to the store in the future. Okay. That's interesting. Of the time of acquisition, rewards from level 20 upwards. So hero recolor. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. I kind of like the exclusivity of being in the game and playing it when it's there. I don't know if I ever want to see them add that to the future, to the store in the future. So that's my little bit of feedback. I really like exclusivity. I think being involved with something and being invested in something feels good to get that reward of saying, hey, I was there when it was happening. So public API, we truly believe that community-driven projects are the heart of Predecessor success. The first implementation of our public API is paramount to this, allowing for the development of community tools, resources, applications that can enrich the Predecessor experience. We'll, of course, be expanding on this initial implementation over time. We cannot wait to see the creative and powerful resources that the community can now make. Awesome. So yeah, we've already seen some of that as well. Let's get a view of what they think for the tutorial. Originally planned for season 1, the first implementation of our tutorial will now be dropping in season 2. The tutorial will guide you through the basics of the game, introducing mechanics, objectives, strategy, and more. Predecessor, like any MOBA, can of course be challenging for newcomers, so it's our goal to help the players build their confidence and prepare them for the first steps onto the battlefield. I think that sounds great. I think that that's really, really important for onboarding. Revamped loading screen. We're giving the pre-patch loading screen a makeover. The goal here is to give a better overview of who else is in your match, let you show off your favorite cosmetics. I like that. I think MOBAs have that like typical like 5 players versus 5 players, and Predecessor doesn't have that. And you know what's funny? I didn't even realize it didn't have that until not that long ago. I would really like to see that, and then you can show off your skins and see who's in your match like as it's loading. I'm really looking forward to this. Actually, it seems like a small thing, but it feels very MOBA to me, and I'm excited about that. Dynamic ping system. We're making some much needed improvements to the dynamic ping system, accessed currently via the middle mouse button, right thumbstick button. We'll be adding an extensive ping wheel, which will support more options to help you better communicate your instructions, responses, and intentions to your team faster than ever before. We'll see how that looks. All right, the big one for me. Let's see what they say for ranked mode. For competitive players who want to test their skills in a more serious setting, we're working on a competitive ranked game mode for Season 2. You'll be able to queue up solo or with a friend, climbing the ranked ladder throughout the season to prove yourself against other top players. You'll be rewarded for playing well and encouraged to play fair. Will you dominate the season? Cool. To start with this new game mode, we'll have limited availability each week, which will increase over time as demand for the mode and the size of our player base grows. I think that's smart. That's actually huge, because they're basically saying, hey, look, we're still early access. We know we don't have the biggest player base. So what they're going to do is, much like competitive nights, they'll probably run ranked a couple nights a week, right? A couple nights a week in the evening time. Hey, come and test your skills, see how you do in your ranked matches. And then as the player base grows, as the game goes free to play, they'll just open the floodgates to that, right? Awesome. All right, let's see what hero acquisition is stated for them. We've reached the end of the initial 25 heroes that were promised in the early access bundles. That's what I thought. Going forward, there will be new ways to acquire heroes both for free and using our in-game currency. Platinum, this is the important system that we want to get right. So please sit tight for now as we finalize the details. We'll share more news as soon as we're able to. This is a thing that is going to probably require a little bit of iteration. So I want to give my thoughts on this really quickly. Nailing the balance between a free-to-play currency and the time spent to get X amount of free-to-play currency for the heroes and finding the right costs and stuff, it's something that I want you to go into this experience knowing that this needs to be mutual for them and for us. It needs to be mutually beneficial for us. I don't want my time to feel like I'm being ripped off and have to spend way too much time to earn a hero, but I also don't want to get the heroes for free. And this is why I tell everybody, dude, these bundles are really worth it, because you're getting those 25 heroes, you're getting the platinum if you buy those heroes, and then you have the potential to buy more, and now you can grind for the future heroes. So we got our 25. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't 100% sure. It's time to move into that true business model that's coming out for free to play eventually. And, you know, going past that 25 hero mark, that's whenever it's time for them to start monetizing, but also start the model of giving these heroes out for free. So, yeah. Ooh, I skipped ahead a little bit. New cosmetics, first and last impression count, especially on the battlefield. So we're looking at adding new exciting ways. Yeah, new cosmetics, exciting. I'm not going to read too much about that. As we may have mentioned before, we're currently in the middle of completely revamping our user interface. We're aiming for a much more streamlined and immersive experience that is both accessible and functional, and we're very excited about how it's coming along. This looks interesting. This reminds me a little bit of like how Heroes of the Storm's UI looks. I'm not exactly sure I'm a huge fan of it, but I also want to like feel it and see it. But I do like that there's a hero on the screen. Hopefully it's like whatever hero you played last, or whatever hero you select as your favorite to be the lobby screen, or something like that. This looks interesting. It has a rotate character option select. It's on the controller right now, but I think the player level looks pretty cool. Yeah, this looks interesting. It also looks like there's some new cosmetic banner here. I think that looks like a crunch banner. This looks good. Yeah, I think this looks very good. It looks very Paragon-esque to me. So the new UI rollout will start with the out-of-game experience, such as menus, before gradually being brought into the in-game elements as well. Across everything, our goal is to make the UI intuitive and consistent for all players across all platforms, including both PC and console, meaning the legwork we're doing now will benefit everyone for a long time to come. It won't just be cosmetic either. We're also adding new features and functionality to enhance your gameplay experience. Keep an eye out later this season for more. Very cool. Scoreboard rework. We're reworking the scoreboard to provide players with much more detailed information about their in-game performance, as well as the performance of other players. The new version will include information that you can't currently see, such as hero bounties. It'll be laid out and organized much more clearly to make it quicker and easier to grab information in a hurry. Cool. Improvements to ability descriptions. We're planning on improving ability descriptions across the board, such as how they look and how easy they are to understand during gameplay. As well as scoreboard changes mentioned above, the goal here is to make it quicker and easier to find the information you need in a hurry. All of these things sound good to me. I'm excited to see how they function, right? Like just gotta wait and see. I think I might have skipped over bans and swaps and draft. With rank mode on its way, we're also looking to introduce bans and swaps during the draft phase to provide players with more control over the drafting process. This feature will only be available in certain game modes and will enable players to more deeply strategize before the match even starts. Yeah, sounds good. Controller support, I'm not really going to read over. It's just like they're going to make it better, right? Like I don't really need to read much more than that. Console status, this one. We know that that many of you are eagerly awaiting the day that Predecessor arrives on console. The good news is that the progress is going well. The team is making great headway, and we're excited to share further news later this season. For now, though, please know that a number of the changes that are being made during Season 2 are done so with console in mind to ensure the best possible launch later in the year. We can't wait to share more when the time is right. So I think that they're updating us on console status, but they're not saying that console is coming out this season. So again, I'm still shooting for Q4. I think October, November, December is probably whenever we're going to get console. So Season 3 and beyond. Season 3, Predecessor Early Access will continue into Season 3 as we continue adding new features, heroes, and more. Beyond that, well, you'll just have to wait and see. I think that the game's going to launch this year, personally. So, yeah. And there's B&B, my boy. So, yeah. Controller support, new stuff on the way, and friends, there you have it. That's the leaked roadmap. So, again, big shout outs to B&B. Actually, I don't even think I'm subbed to him on this account. I'm fake, bro. I'm fake. So yeah, there you have it. I don't know. Awesome, dude. Big shout outs to B&B. Like I said, super cool guy. Haven't watched a lot of his videos, so my bad, bro. I love you though. Much love to B&B for getting this out there for us. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the future of this game and seeing the future of this season, because it's really exciting. So friends, drop a like on the video, subscribe for future Predecessor content. Go drop a sub and a like on this video for me as well, because he's the one that caught it, man. He's bringing us all this information probably a day early. If they have it ready, it's probably coming out tomorrow, but we're just a little bit ahead of the curve. So thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to comment on tell someone you love them. I'll see you in the next video.